All right, so this is, I think, your Mid Ohio. What was so special about Mid Ohio back in 2020?
Yeah, so 2020 was a crazy year. We all know that. That was the COVID year. But for me, in my career, that was a make it or break it season. I was either going to win the championship and get a scholarship to move on, or I was not going to win the championship and my career would be done forever. And so Mid Ohio was the second race weekend on our calendar that season because we'd had the big COVID delay. And I qualified somewhere in the top four. I think I qualified well enough that I could see myself winning that race. And at this point in my career, I'd had 48 starts in this series without a victory. I finished on the podium several times, but I had not won. And then going into that race, I had my eyes set forward, but I ended up driving off the track, spun out, and ran into someone. And I couldn't blame anyone but myself. After the race, I ended up taking a walk and I ended up taking a knee out in the trees there. You can see in the background. And I said, Lord, I give up. I'm done. I don't know what else to do. I've given as much as I know how to give for as long as I can remember. And it's either I'm not good enough, I can't get it right. Someone runs me off the road, a part fails. It's just never enough. And in that moment, I had a memory verse that came back from my homeschool days, which was James 1, come back to me. Now, James 1 says, consider it pure joy when you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. And in that moment, I had the realization that all these trials and tribulations I'd been through to this point, the almosts, the second place finishes, the crashes, the spin outs, the part failures, all that stuff was for a reason. And it was preparing me for a future. It was creating that perseverance in me that I needed in order to continue my career. And so I said, all right, I hear you, God. I understand it. I'm going to go out tomorrow, but you're going to have to show up because I really am done. I'm tired. And so I went out the next day, my 49th race start, and I was sitting in third place halfway through the race, and it was like the gates of heaven opened up. The two cars, the leader and the second place driver, they ran into each other and they went off the track, and it was like, oh, the angelic choir started singing.
Yeah.
And I went on to win my first race that day, which was the first of seven for that year. And then I'd end up winning the championship, so my career would continue, and that would eventually propel me on into INDYCAR.